watching News Channel 11 in your corner at 6.
Well, it's another round of the winter weather that won't quit tonight. A bullseye really on the south, triggering states of emergency as snow and a lot of ice are leaving the mark with power outages, dangerous driving conditions affecting millions of people. Good evening, I'm Josh Smith.
And I'm Sarah Diamond. We remain under a winter storm warning at this hour. And snow began falling about noon, quickly began to stick to area roads across several counties. Our News Channel 11 storm chaser on interstate, well, now they're going to off the interstate. That's Kenny Hawkins driving around at this hour, showing you a look at the road conditions right now. That where he is, it looks pretty good.
News Channel 11 is in your corner tonight, bringing you team coverage of the southern snowstorm's impact. Our reporters are out in full force to show you the conditions in the communities where you live so you can be prepared. First, let's get straight to our chief meteorologist, Mark Reynolds. He's in our storm center tonight.
Mark, the system is not done. A lot more expected overnight, right?
Yeah, that's certainly true. We've been seeing some comments on Facebook already. People saying, hey, is it over? It is not over by far. Trust me. We have a lot of moisture coming our way overnight. That's why we are looking at heavy snow accumulations from now through tomorrow afternoon. Look at our latest Viper radar imagery, and as you look at this, I do want to point out that we are still seeing some bright bands of snow coming our way from the south, and that is definitely going to be on the increase overnight tonight. So the snow increasing overnight, possibility of up to 6 to 10 inches of snow for the Tri-City area. So keep that in mind. That's going to be one of the heaviest snows we've seen in quite some time. And that again, parts of southwest Virginia into northeast Tennessee, 6 to 10 inch totals through tomorrow. Higher elevations could see definitely in excess of a foot of snow, and parts of the highest peaks could see as much as 15 inches of snowfall. And again, if you've seen a bit of a break in the snow activity, trust me, it is just a bit of a break. More heavy to moderate snow coming our way during the overnight. We're going to have much more on the weather coming up in just a few more minutes, guys.
All right, thanks, Mark. Now, Greene County emergency management officials are taking a proactive approach to this winter weather.
They are. An emergency shelter is opening up at this hour. Anissa Moore is there. Anissa, earlier today, no one there. What about now?
Still no. Right now, just volunteers hanging out, waiting and hoping that some people will take advantage of the shelter that they've set up. We're here in like we said, Greenville. The Emergency and Rescue Squad headquarters. We're at 602 West Church Street. Now, this shelter is open to anyone who needs a warm place to go tonight. Now, right now, with the roads being relatively clear, there isn't anyone here, but they're anticipating that this will be open all night or as long as people need it. So if anyone needs a warm place to go, they are open. 602 West Church Street in Greenville. Reporting live in Greene County, Anissa Moore, News Channel 11 in your corner. Back to you.
All right, Anissa, thanks so much. And again, to repeat that information, this is a shelter that's opened especially for people who really do have to have power, especially because of medical needs. The shelter's there in Greenville on West Church Street.
Well, drivers along Interstate 26 in Washington County, Tennessee were met with some heavy snow this afternoon. You can see it began sticking to the road, making for some slushy conditions in certain places. Tonight, News Channel 11's Allie Hines and Philip Merle are traveling a major roadway that appears to be pretty okay right now.
And drivers along Interstate 26 are on their way home, many of them back and forth between Johnson City and Kingsport now.
That's true. News Channel 11's Kylie McGivern. She is out and about now, joins us live from Kingsport tonight. She's continuing our team coverage of the impact of the Southern Storm 2014. Now, Kylie, snow was quickly falling early today, but how are things now?
Sarah, actually, the snow is falling heavier now. We're just off Interstate 26 across from where the Kingsport Welcome Center will be. And stepping outside, we're on the off-ramp right now, and I can tell you that the road is getting a lot more slick. We actually saw some crews salting the interstate as cars were driving by. Not too busy right now. Looks like people are heading home for the time being. And talking with Sullivan County EMA Director Jim Bean, he was saying that they are on a standby basis right now. Haven't opened any shelters at this point, but the Red Cross crews are prepared if they need to open a shelter at a moment's notice. Again, just on a standby basis at this time, so they are in your corner ready to take action whenever needed. Now, I'm out here with Chief Photographer Chris McIntosh, and we were kind of looking at areas around us. Seems to be okay here right now, but for example, Raleigh, a bit of a different story. Raleigh, North Carolina, the Duke and North Carolina game was actually postponed. We were looking at pictures where traffic there was in a gridlock. Also, some crews from Tennessee, electrical workers, are heading to South Carolina to help there. So some of the areas around us, as you guys know, I'm sure, are facing it a little bit harder than us here, but we're continuing to monitor the conditions right now. Roads looking pretty pretty clear. Reporting live in Kingsport, Kylie McGiver, News Channel 11 in your corner.
Those roads are staying pretty clear. Kylie, thanks so much.
Well, we're continuing to monitor road conditions in the Tri-Cities, and now to Johnson City, where Nate Morabito continues our team coverage. Nate, earlier today, a lot of black pavement with some wet on it. Just perfect timing with the 5 o'clock drive. Now, as more snow, Mark says, is starting to move in, what are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the snow coming down a little bit right now, Josh, but take a look at Main Street right here in downtown Johnson City. If you can peek down there, there's not a whole lot of traffic, but there are some puddles there in the roadway. I stepped out while there was no traffic a little bit ago. It wasn't all that slick, quite honestly. It's just wet right now. The snow, at least in this section of downtown, is not sticking. There's been quite a bit of traffic, which is interesting on Interstate 26, as you can see right over there as well. This, I think, is some good news. According to Washington County 911's Twitter account, their website, since 4:30 tonight, there have only been 5 wrecks in all of Washington County and Johnson City. Only 5, which I think is a pretty good news when you consider it. Now, early when the snow first started falling this afternoon, dispatchers told me there were a couple of wrecks on Cherokee Road. There was one on Leesburg Road, but that was just initially when the snow started to fall. It started picking up again, but I do want to show you something. This is the Tupperware from my house in the cabinet there. This isn't pavement by any stretch, but you can see there hasn't really been that much snow collect in this Tupperware. This is since 4:30 here in Johnson City. I know Mark's saying it's on its way, so I'm sure by the end of this night and into tomorrow, this thing will be full. Just a good point right now. The roads, yeah, they look clear, but I'm sure dispatchers and police at home are just like, you know, that is in no way an invitation to come out and start driving around. Live in Johnson City, Nate Morabito, News Channel 11 in your corner.
All right, Nate. Nate's apparently already eating the leftovers from home.
Exactly.
He's using it to help us with our snow coverage. I love it. Emergency management teams tonight in the Tri-Cities very closely watching the very latest from the News Channel 11 Storm Team. Yeah,
Sullivan County EMA Director Jim Bean joins us live by phone this evening. Jim, what are conditions like now?
Road conditions are pretty good right now. All the roads appear to be clear. We've got Highway Department personnel on standby in case when additional snow starts to fall. But right now, everything's looking pretty good.
All right, so crews are staying ahead of this storm so far?
Yes, everyone's road crews appear to be staying ahead of it, keeping the roads clear. Not getting any reports of any major slick spots anywhere. So we're just waiting for the next wave to roll in.
Jim, you're at the EOC there, the Emergency Ops Center, and I know the plea tonight is when the snow does come, and it's coming, and people do need help, they don't call 911 unless it's an emergency. Why is that such a critical issue tonight?
Simply because there are other emergencies that are going on, and they're receiving numerous calls. So we encourage people, if they have some problems with their power and want to report a power outage, they need to contact their respective power companies. But if they do need help, we do have personnel on standby to open up shelters in a specific area as needed.
All right, Jim Bean, Sullivan County EMA Director, thanks for joining us and give us an update, Jim.
We haven't mentioned it in a while, but we will be showing you another help opportunity that we'll be providing throughout the evening here in our studio. The fast and furious snowstorm that hit today, this is like round 1. Here comes round 2.
Oh, yeah, and more snow in the forecast tonight. Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds has been talking to us about this for a while now. He's monitoring the latest models and has the latest on our updated storm warning and its impact. Mark?
All right, how about this, Sarah? Already at Flag Pond, some of the higher elevations, they've gotten 5 inches of snow in 3 hours. Snowing very heavily now. Southern Unicoi County, it's moving north. Your forecast coming up.
This southern snowstorm is packing a powerful punch across several states, but our News Channel 11 team is in your corner. We're getting you answers to the questions you have and the information you need to keep you and your family safe. Information about road conditions, snow totals, even shelters that have opened in our area. Our team is in our studio tonight. You can reach them. All you have to do is call the number there on your screen, 888-903-9545.
Now, Storm Team 11 Chief Meteorologist Mark
All right, our
Reynolds.
temperatures in the 20s. I cannot reiterate enough. The heavy snow is now making its way in from the south. Getting reports here just outside of the Flag Pond area towards the North Carolina border. Weather watcher Chris Dannenberger saying he's gotten 5 inches of snow in 3 hours. Visibility is now less than 100 yards. Roads are terrible there right at the state line. And the heavy snow is now making its way north out of North Carolina into East Tennessee. It's going to take over much of our region. And we're talking moderate to heavy snow coming our way very shortly, especially Unicoi County, parts of Greene County, southern Washington County, as well as Carter County. And you're already seeing some of the heavier bands of moderate snow here coming into Boone, North Carolina, as we are seeing some of that. We've gotten 4-inch reports now from areas inside the Flag Pond area, and some of the snow drifts up there because of the winds, up to 2-foot snow drifts now being reported outside of Flag Pond as well. So look at the purple here. That's the moderate snow coming our way. And I want to zoom in. As we do so, you can look at northeast Tennessee. Here is Irwin, Flag Pond, and we're watching Unicoi County. Look at that moderate snow starting to lift north. Very heavy band right there coming into Unicoi County. That's going to be lifting northward. Areas like Telford, Chuckey, southern Washington County, parts of southern Greene County into Unicoi County. Watch out for that. You're going to find a moderate snow there. Also seeing bands of moderate snow coming north into Roan Mountain and Elk Park and Beech Mountain and Sugar Mountain with time over the next hour. So you see the purple down to our south. That's extremely heavy snowfall there around Charlotte, North Carolina, coming into western North Carolina. And I want to show you what happens. You see one band of moderate snow here through southeast West Virginia into southeast Kentucky. And look how we're filling in now. A lot of Gulf moisture coming our way. As you look at this weather map, our radar, we're watching ice down to the south, but look how it's changing over to snow, and all this moisture is heading northward. That's why we are going to probably see one of the heaviest snows we've seen in quite some time all across our region, not only tonight, but into your day tomorrow. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. You got to be prepared. And again, we could find power outages because this is going to be a wet snow, and we are seeing wind along with it as well, especially in the mountains. Winter storm warning, southwest Virginia, northeast Tennessee, all of western North Carolina. These in effect through tomorrow afternoon. Weather advisories are farther north and west. You go away from the Tri-City metro area. Here's what we're talking about. We might actually have to bump up some of the totals here in the mountains, but right now we're looking at 12 to 14-inch snowfall, also 10 to 12 inches just outside of the mountains into western North Carolina. Over the Tri-Cities, it looks like our total snowfall at this time will be anywhere from 6 to 10 inches from now through tomorrow afternoon, and then we're also picking up some heavier snows the farther west you go. But that gives you an idea of just how much we're going to see in terms of snowfall. Already getting pictures. A lot of you sending pictures. We certainly do appreciate that. Here's the Harris family farm in Leesburg. You're seeing the ground covered there. A lot of you sending you pictures of pets as well. They're enjoying the snowfall. But again, if your pets are outdoors, make sure they have adequate shelter and fresh water. Going to be cold. Most areas in the 20s overnight with the snow falling. Here's Wise. You're seeing the ground covered there. Also, as we take you into parts of Johnson City, we've been watching the snow coming down in Johnson City on Lakeview Drive. All of us, you're going to find that snow covering the ground here very shortly over the next couple of hours as that moisture moves in from the south. So keep that in mind. Road conditions are going to deteriorate very quickly. 27 degrees right now, Tri-City Airport with the snow falling and northeast wind at 9 miles per hour. You look around the region, temperatures now falling to 30 in Morristown. It is only 20 in Boone. And keep in mind, most of the higher elevations in the teens and low 20s. So that heavy snow falling going to make roadways very hazardous, extreme dangerous there in the higher terrain and all over the region as the snow will accumulate area-wide temperatures in the 20s, and we'll continue to watch that snow falling not only tonight but throughout the day tomorrow as well. All right, here's a look at our forecast for the area tonight now. You're looking at snow coming in. We'll pick up an intensity moderate to heavy at times. 20-60 overnight low, about 3 to 8 inches on average lower elevations tonight alone. Total accumulations right now through tomorrow, 6 to 10 inches, 80% snow chance, over a foot possible, higher elevations, East Tennessee into parts of western North Carolina. Look at our 7-day forecast. Another round of light snow Friday into Saturday morning. That will bring some additional accumulation, and then we can finally say, with highs in the 50s next week. But tonight, going to be rough. You know, you're seeing that break, and a lot of people are going to get caught off guard. But that moderate snow moving in from the south.
Well, hopefully everybody's home and safe and where they need to be for the evening.
Yeah. And as you analyze this, Mark, there's a lot of moisture.
A lot of the Gulf of Mexico open wide up. We've seen severe weather in Florida right now. Thunderstorms, a lot of energy down there as well. But this is an impressive storm coming our way.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you so much, Mark. Well, as he mentioned, the higher elevations, especially in western North Carolina, have seen significant accumulations of snow today. Here's a live look at Boone, North Carolina tonight.
Hey, and don't forget, members of our News Channel 11 team are in your corner tonight in our studio, taking your calls, answering questions about shelters, travel conditions, and much more all across our region.
Just call the number there on your screen. The phone line's open till 8 p.m. tonight.
Salt trucks working on overdrive tonight to stay ahead of the storm that's hitting the entire southeast.
Massive impact from this one. Johnson City crews, they loaded up their trucks with all that salt this afternoon. First, they pre-treated, and now they were out today treating again the roads. The city says it has plenty of salt on hand to handle this storm, about 1,800 tons, as we checked earlier today. Johnson City's road crews will use 16 large trucks and 8 pickup trucks to make sure that the roads are, in fact, clear as they can be, considering the conditions at hand.
Now, even though the road crews are hard at work, emergency management teams all over our region asking you just to stay off the road, stay home if you do not have to drive. You're taking a live look right now at conditions on Interstate 26. Kenny Hawkins is our storm chaser tonight, and things are looking pretty good. You know, the roads look a little wet. Hopefully they're not going to freeze. They've been treated. So we're going to keep you updated on any conditions out on the roads tonight.
And if you need tips, you need to pass along information, you need to find some information to stay ahead of the storm, our News Channel 11 team tonight has some answers for you.
We're taking your questions tonight. All you have to do is call the number there on your screen. The lines are open until 8 o'clock this evening.
Scenes tonight, the impact of a winter storm that's slamming the entire southeast. At least 9 traffic deaths are now blamed on the icy weather in Raleigh, North Carolina. Some areas are reporting that traffic is tonight at a standstill.
In Georgia, the ice combined with wind gusts snapped tree limbs and power lines. More than 300,000 homes and businesses are without power across several states tonight, and I'm sure those numbers will be going up.
Yeah, and as the snow's continuing to move in, emergency management teams are on high alert in the Tri-Cities tonight.
Officials in Greene County opened a shelter this afternoon for anyone who may need a warm place to stay as they ride out the storm if they have any medical conditions that require electricity. The shelter is located at the Greenville Emergency and Rescue Squad headquarters. That is on West Church Street. Well, conditions quickly changing in Unicoi County tonight.
That's right, and that's why we have Road Superintendent Terry Haynes live with us on the phone. Terry, Mark's been saying that within the last 30 minutes, the next bound of snow has come in and it's been very heavy in your county. What's the latest there?
Right now, he is exactly right. I'm on the south end. The snow's been real moderate up for the last 30 minutes. Flakes are small, but now there are some flakes having anywhere from 1 inch to 3/4. It is snowing real heavy. The roads that we did have to clear are completely snowed over again. So it is definitely snowing harder, and as we speak, it's actually getting snowing a little bit more than what we normally expected.
Mike, Sam's Gap has notoriously been a really rough go in storms past. How is it looking tonight so far?
Well, right now we've got crews up there. We're having to shuffle from north to the south end. We've got quite a few miles of road here we have to cover. We have 2 huge trucks out, fixing to put another one out, and we have about 6 small trucks out, and we are definitely taking toll on trying to keep it moved so we can get them home.
And we're hearing Flag Pond has been hit hard. Terry, I know that's one of the hard-hit areas for you, real quickly, right?
Yes, very quick. It gets up here bad before it does anywhere else. And, you know, previously the Limestone Cove area, it usually gets hit about as hard as the Flag Pond section does due to the higher elevation.
Terry Haynes, Road Superintendent for Unicoi County, one of the amazing people tonight who are not at home. They're out on the roads. We appreciate you, Terry. Thanks so much. Safety to you and your team. Our neighbors in North Carolina really hunkering down tonight as snow continues to fall in the mountains.
You're taking a live look right now at downtown West Jefferson. This is in Ashe County. Really hard to see right now. Mark has a final check of the forecast next.
I want to give you a look at Viper radar. Look at the dark blues. That's the heavier snow now coming into Unicoi County, moving northward into Washington County, Greene County, Cobb County. You're under the gun here for moderate snow. And that heavy snow is going to move northward, and it's already accumulating now here at our station. We're going to see these moderate to heavy bands of snow off and on overnight. Total accumulations 6 to 10 inches around the Tri-Cities, over a foot possible in the higher terrain. Travel is going to become extremely dangerous tonight.
Great information out there for people who are looking for it.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. And stay with News Channel 11 and WJHL.com through the evening as we have team coverage of the winter weather and its impact on the roads and also your morning drive.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist will be